All right, my favorite brewery, Storm Brewing, does a thing called 12 Fills of Christmas. And they give you a 2 liters of beer every week. And they're all mystery flavors. And I picked this up like 5 days ago, these growlers. I think the expectation is that you drink them and then bring back the same growlers. I haven't even opened these yet because I don't drink that much anymore. So me 2 years ago, I probably would have finished both of the. Well, not me. I would have finished at least one of them on the first night. But I did want to try these for sure before next week because it would be very embarrassing because I paid for all of them so long. You sign up and then you pay for them and then it's like, okay, well now I'm committed, right? It'd be very embarrassing if when I pick up the next ones and they ask me, oh, what'd you think? I go, I haven't tried it yet. Right? So they've labeled these number 1, caution, intense handcrafted beer. And number 2. And I'm going to try them here. I'm going to see if I can guess what they're flavored because they list them on the website, but they don't reveal it unless you're looking for it. So this brewery is really good with Ooh. Oh my god, that smells delicious. It's really good with taking flavors and giving accurate tastes to those flavors. So like so many beers you'll see on the shelf or whatever, it'll be like watermelon ghosts. And then you'll be like, oh, I love watermelon. And you'll drink it and be like, this doesn't even taste like watermelon. Storm Brewing, the reason why they're my favorite is because they actually fucking like they'll do these weird flavors. It'll be like chicken wing. And you're like, what the fuck? Or like pizza. Or like a lot of fruity ones like habanero, that's a pepper. Like mango, right? So this smells like almost kind of like apple cidery. Ooh. It's so light and refreshing actually. So it smells like almost kind of like a thick like it smells similar to like a lot of ciders I've had, but taste wise that's much more nice and dry and crisp and kind of like tangy and tart. So I'm just going to assume it's some kind of apple cider. So I'm going to click on their thing and see what it says. Ooh. Welcome to our 10th annual 12 Fills of Christmas. This year promises to be packed with new twists, takes, and mad science brewing. Without further hesitation, let's kick things off with a very special cider made with a blend of fresh pressed Honey Crisp ambrosia and Pink Lady apples from Taves Estate Cidery. Very nice. Pink Lady is actually my favorite apple. They're also known as Crips. Dry, delicious, and infused with cinnamon. Ooh, that's a bit... I do taste that cinnamon. To make it even more delightful and perfect for the holiday season ahead. 7%. Fill 1. Sweater Weather Cider, 7%. Okay. Delicious. Out of 10... I mean, that's a really good cider, honestly. But not my favorite cider, which is Scrumpy from Maridale Brewery on Vancouver Island. If you like dry ciders, this is really good. Also, what I heard about the 12 Fails of Christmas is that you can't even get these flavors outside of doing this. So I got a little FOMO, right? And I was like, oh, I have to do it. What do I give that out of 10? You know what? It's a 7.7. A 7.7 out of 10. Very good cider. Not my favorite. But very good cider nonetheless. This is a different clean glass. I need to figure out how to not carry heavy things. Ooh, this is kind of stouty. Ooh. You know, what'd be funny is if I like drank some of these and then I'm like, oh, I wonder what the flavor is, and then I go and I look at it and it's like got fucking caffeine in it. I'm like, oh, right before bed, before I have to like wake up early. It does taste like this one might have like a coffee or something in it, so let's double check before I continue on. Born in the shadows of East Vancouver, black cherries, healthy dose of 12-year-old brandy merged together in this imperial oatmeal stout made for cold nights and people who like sketchy breweries. Rich, warming, and dangerously smooth. Think holiday dessert for people who hate holiday dessert. Fill 2, Black Rat Brandy Stout. It is pretty good. It's delicious, actually. How do I like my Martyrs 4K? Well, I love the packaging. I have not checked the quality of the image or anything, but... Yep, I taste the black cherries in there. I do taste the brandy. Imperial Oatmeal Stout. And these are both strong-ass beers, and they gave me 2 liters of strong-ass beer. A 7% and an 8%. So, like, I'm not finishing these in 3 days or whatever. I'm just gonna have an entire fridge full of beer at the end of this. like they're giving me 12 liters of beer for this thing. How much did I pay for it again? I think I took a picture of the receipt because I think I planned on doing this on stream, and I planned on doing this on stream, and did I not take it? What day is it? What day is it today? What day was it when I started doing this? It is now December 8th. So if I go to... There we go. I found it. 178 Canadian dollars. For 12 liters of really good strong beer. Like craft beer. Over the course of a month. And for it to all be like, you know, like a local thing and a small batch and a tax write-off because this is going on my food channel. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm going to have a bit more of that cider, actually. I like that cider. The stout. That is a good stout. That is a good stout. I think I'm going to give that a 7 point. Okay, wait. I'll taste a bit more of the stout before I give the rating. Hold on. I should always taste a bit after, like, learning the ingredients, too. Yeah, that black cherry makes it kind of interesting. It's almost kind of like a burnt black cherry because the brandy mixing with it. And for 8% too, honestly. Yeah, I would give that like a 7.5. What did I give the cider? Like a 7.7? I think I think this maybe like a 7.8. The smell is really, really good. Like that's one of the best smelling ciders I've ever smelled. And it's so light. And yeah, wow, knowing that that's 7% too, like that doesn't even taste like 7%. They're a really good brewery for like making strong shit that doesn't even. Yeah, I think I gotta up my rating for that cider. That cider is really good. I think my mom would like this cider too. She likes really dry ciders. Excuse me. You know what's fucking crazy? So I had another like appointment. So I have an appointment tomorrow that I have to wake up early for. I had another appointment today. That was at like 9 in the morning. So I had to wake up early. It feels like I did so much today. Cuz it's like it's nighttime-ish. It's 9 p.m. But I guess just because I woke up early, like it always your day always feels so much more full compared to like waking up after noon and then being like, well, got to go to bed, and then staying up for like 4 hours after the fact on your phone and then feeling like you got nothing done. Like mornings do feel better. Just waking up early. I'm also a fan of early morning traffic. There's something that I kind of like about like being out and about at like 5 in the morning when it's like there's just some light. You're like enough light, but like nobody else is out. And there's no traffic. I gotta get one of those Mulane vape cleanses. Get all them toxins out of my lungs. This is my real voice now. I wear a fucking hat. I drive a truck. And I vape. I drink all the brew. Looks like it's time to start again. But the vape up my asshole. True American accent. When I'm like in the zone, I can do like voice acting stuff, you know? I haven't had. When's the last time I even had a drink? Like, I'm drinking right now. Because this fucking 12 fills of Christmas, I just like, I have to try it. I found one spot in my week where I'm like, okay, I can have some drinks or whatever at the end of my stream. When's the last time I had a drink? Was it American Thanksgiving? I did American Thanksgiving this year, so I got to do 2 Thanksgiving. G-Bill. I did a Canadian Thanksgiving and an American Thanksgiving. I broke my streak of not going to the United States because my relationship in Vancouver didn't work out. So Seattle is on the menu again. So I spent Thanksgiving there. You know, these being that I'll also commend Storm Brewing for having both of these first two different drinks, the cider and the stout. They balance each other out really well, like in a complementary way. So like I have a bit of the cider, and then I kind of feel like having a bit more of the stout. They're better in sequence together than they are if you were just to have like one of them. Because I feel like I would get kind of sick of the same flavor, especially the stout. I'm like, I love me some stouts, but like, I'm not gonna drink a stout all night, sort of thing. Hopefully things get better. You know what? Yeah, I mean, like I'm better than I was a month ago, but like, fuck. It's it's the only relationship where I've like felt like I needed to block someone. Where it's like there's literally nothing you could say at this point that wouldn't upset me. That like wouldn't be harmful. I'm like friends with almost all of my other exes. But there was like a really, really good song that I wrote. Not about them, but about a relationship before that that didn't work out, that ended in a much more understanding and amicable way where I'm like actually like I'm really, really good friends with that person still. But I was finishing writing that song and it helps me to process the new breakup, just kind of having some of those same feelings in there. uh I don't remember. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like find a relationship in Seattle is the problem. Like I don't think what I'm looking for is in Vancouver. I my arm, despite not being 100% better, is doing a lot better. And so being able to like practice and write for some amount of time each week has been very beneficial too. Um, yeah. Other people will be able to hear it at some point. Ugh. I I have been doing some recordings, but I've been very strategic about how I do them. So I was able to do like a studio session that was booked in an evening rather than a day. So instead of doing the full like 8-hour session, it was like a half session. And so the plan is to just do like a couple tracks and keep things simple. Only one instrument and vocals, and not an entire like fucking opera. All right, I should stop after that last cider pour. How much Lion King Part 2 do I have done? I mean, I have some things set up for it, but it's not like I've done any voiceover recording for it. Like I need to take baby steps. I just barely started doing like fucking quickies again. Right? My fucking health issues have been very slow and steady, and I'm trying not to overdo it. But we're getting there. We are making progress. The line is going in the correct direction. But honestly, you know, I was kind of shocked. Yeah, never mind. Because I was about to say, I was shocked that, like, after doing that piano recording session, which was kind of fucking demanding, getting all the right takes. I was about to say, I'm shocked that it didn't hurt that much after, because it didn't. And even the next day, it didn't hurt that much. But it was 2 days after that it started to hurt, which is kind of. I knew that my arm symptoms were like delayed. 2 days is a long delay to try and like properly understand your symptoms and like what's causing issues. 2 days is a long delay. But like that was so clear what the issue was from, because that was like a very obviously physically demanding thing. But the rate of recovery is much faster than it used to be. And now the spots on my arm that are causing issues, they're like, there's less surface area of it. So theoretically, my next PRP injection will be the last one if it's done properly. I'm actually changing physios too, because there was a really nice woman who was doing physios for me, and then she had a baby, and now she's on maternity leave. And then I stayed at the same clinic, but they just like had a bunch of other people that didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And then like some days I would like be hurt by them, and I'd be like, oh, I have bruises on my arm and I'm feeling worse. So I had to find like a different practice, and I'm going to be doing that first thing tomorrow. Just figuring out if this other person is a good fit, which is annoying to do like in the middle of your treatment. Like I'd want that lined up earlier. But yeah, out of the 2 songs that I want to record, that was the most like physically demanding one. I got it out of the way. And then the next piano recording session is not until like midway through the month. So I'm giving myself time to recover basically. But it's absolutely fucking necessary right now in terms of just like my mental health, is being able to like produce and record like actual emotions. For the longest time, I wasn't able to do anything. So, like, getting to the point of my arm being better enough to, like, even practice piano again was, like, a huge fucking thing for me. And then, yeah, like, pretty much immediately, like, within the same injection interval, I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta record a couple tracks. Because it's just been too long. This cider is fucking awesome. This is a great... Do we give it a 7.9? Yeah, this is... Fuck it. We're giving this cider an 8 out of 10. This is a great cider. This is a delicious cider. 8 out of 10 cider. Yeah, it's 2 songs. I wish I could... Maybe one day I will. There's so many kind of, like, neat little thoughts and details that go into the decisions in my songs that would be fun for, like, a director's commentary sort of thing. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of like seeing other people's interpretations of things also. So I don't want to, like, supersede that with, like, the correct opinion. Death of the artist is, like, a very real thing. And I wouldn't want to spoil anything before something's out, too, but... Making a new album... Well, I'm making a new EP right now. Who knows? Maybe I'll never make another album. Maybe EPs are just the way to do it with my, like, injuries and health issues. Maybe that's just the way to get things out, is just 1 or 2 tracks at a time. Yeah, my arm is sore. Probably from lifting those fucking growlers. Ow. Bum 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 ba da ba ba da ba da ba oh ha oh ha. Is that the right key? Let me think about it. No, hold on. Oh, it's close. I haven't heard the song in like 10 years since I like probably like used it in one of my reviews. Hold on. I think that was the right key. I'm gonna listen. Boom 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 ba da boom. Boom. Let's see. Wait. Got it. That was it. And I shouldn't do that with my arm. Literally, the correct key, and I haven't even heard the song in like fucking a decade. I still have myself in two times speed. See, I definitely have autism. There's certain things like auditory processing when it comes to like music where I had to like learn over my life that I'm like just way more perceptive than the average person at. And some people might listen to me say something like that and think, you piece of shit. How do you think you're better at something than the average person? It's like, well, just from existing. If you're better than the average person at something by a lot, you have to learn that. You have to like recognize that. And then what are you going to do? Not be honest about it? Are you going to just like... Autism, need to get a diagnosis. It will help a lot. You know what? I'm seeing a psychiatrist in January for the first time, and I actually booked that earlier today, which is something that I've been meaning to do for a while. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to get an official diagnosis for autism if it allegedly, from what I understand and what people are saying, decreases your chances of being able to immigrate to other countries because, as I mentioned earlier, whatever relationship I find is probably going to be in Seattle. And it's like, what? Do they give medication for autism? Or is it just like, oh, they tell certain therapists and... Because I'm literally like the intake call that I had today was like, I told them that the doctor that diagnosed my ADHD said I'm likely autistic. And then other doctors that I've talked to said I'm likely autistic, but they just didn't have the qualifications to diagnose me properly. And also, if you look into it, there's an extremely high correlation between autism and ADHD. There's an extremely high correlation between like non-gender conforming and autism and ADHD, right? NBs, trans, furries, right? Furries, there's a huge overlap of autism. So I think it would be unreasonable for someone to doubt that I have autism at this point. I think anybody that listens to me saying I am likely autistic and I believe I am and scoffs that away incredulously and just poo-poos it, I think those people don't know anything about me and are probably just people that think I'm that want to discredit what I'm saying no matter what I'm saying anyway. Like I'm pretty fucking sure I have I wear a fucking horse costume for my own comfort. Have you seen me react to any fucking trailer on YouTube? Have you seen anything on my like I obviously have autism, like anything that I do on the internet, I'm clearly fucking autistic. Like I get so hung up and hyper fixated on like tiny things and like I'm caught in this cycle of like over explaining myself and thinking it would help people understand me in this like weird like challenge of existence where I'm trying to be understood and feel like I relate to like no people. Pretty sure that's fucking like they're and I think, yeah, there's also a good chunk of people that are like, well, I know an autistic person and that they don't act like you, where they're like stupid enough to not understand the spectrum of autism is that it's not just like a thing, like one thing. I don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard you try. Yeah, I feel that, Bernie. What makes me think I have autism? Are you new here? What the fuck are you talking about? I have a hypersensitive. So, okay. I have a hypersensitivity to like auditory processing, to smells. I have to like tell my fucking roommates to like close every fucking every person that's not me. I have to like tell to like close the door after they take a shit, even if it's like fucking 30 feet away or on a different floor. I smell it and I go, someone's fucking taking a shit and like left the door open upstairs. And then I go upstairs to find that, yes, of course, that's exactly what happened because I fucking smelled it on a different floor. And then I have to close the door and like turn on the fucking fan. And I have to like make other people be considerate of myself in that sense because they don't understand because they don't have a fucking hypersensitivity to like weird. Clearly, my brain like processes things in different ways than other people. Being able to remember the key of a song that I haven't heard in 10 fucking years. Like, I'm a very like the sensory processing is not necessarily advanced or better, but it's different, right? It's uh I find social situations with people that are normies to be stressful, you know? Like don't look forward to them. I have like weird traumas associated with like entire places. I also found out because my fucking thing with like waking up in the middle of the night because it's like too hot or too cold because there's like a temperature change. I found out that people with autism also have sensitivities to temperature changes, right? I'm like, everything is like pointing towards that. That it would be fucking ridiculous. It would be uninformed for me not to have autism. It would be uninformed for me to think that I don't, based on everything that I know about myself from like a critical point of view. Like I'll literally that's the number one reason why I lose sleep is because the temperature changes in the middle of the night. Psychiatrist or psychologist? I'm seeing a psychiatrist. And then they're going to refer me to other people if they need to. But I'm doing like an initial assessment. Well, I did an initial assessment with a nurse and now I'm doing another initial assessment with a psychiatrist in January. Oh. Ugh. No, yeah, I'm like I've pretty much just accepted that about myself is that I'm 99% sure I have autism. It costs $3,000 to get diagnosed as an adult in Canada. And then what do? They just go like, "Oh, well, it sucks to be you, bruh." They diagnose you and then they go, "Loser." No, well, 3,000 Canadian, so like probably $2 American. Like 2,500 American. Yeah, also, why is 99% of my audience autistic? I think I think that me, just by the nature of me being myself on the internet, have attracted a higher percentage of autistic viewers than the average YouTube channel. I believe that that's the case. I think that I have more autistic people in my audience than neurotypical content creators for sure. Right? I th- I'm I f- I feel like if we did a poll, but then we'd have to control test. We'd have to do a poll in someone else's chat. And whose chat do we do that in? God damn. I haven't drank in so long. I'm enjoying myself so much. It's a good thing I don't have to sleep right away. I have to be in bed by like. It's been a while since I just fucking streamed and chatted. Just hung out with chat. I haven't been streaming as much. My cheeks have a very hyperfix. Yeah, they're. I have a hyperfixation also on communicating myself and, you know, elaborating and trying to help people understand me and like dying on every single fucking hill because I know in my brain my own beliefs and my own intentions without fully understanding like how everyone else in the world has their own, you know, experience and built up beliefs or predispositions or assumptions about me or any group that I associate with or anything, right? And then that causes me because I felt disconnected from the experience of the average human being and misunderstood throughout my entire life to the point where unironically, and I think I've mentioned this before, unironically, oh sorry legged mid chart, I feel bad. I know that people like to hang out. Unironically, when I was a kid, I used to fantasize all the fucking time about like being abducted by aliens just because I felt so fucking like not a part of this planet. Where literally that would be my fantasy of just not even a sexual fantasy or anything. Just like fuck, I wish some other species would just like fucking abduct me right now because I just don't understand what the hell these people are about on this planet. Like that, I literally would fantasize about that all the time. You would love Elliot. Yeah, you know, that kind of makes sense, knowing that it was originally supposed to be like a queer allegory. But I kind of don't want to watch it knowing that it got lobotomized. Go anti-woke, go broke. I wish I could turn this camera around. I can't. I have an original Pepe. I have an original Pepe hanging on my wall. Only 100 prints ever made of the original Feels Good Man 6-panel comic page. And it was sent to me because I helped pimp out the Feels Good Man documentary, and so Matt Fury and the team sent it to me. I wonder if Arthur Jones is working on something else. Did I remember his name? Did I remember the name of the director of Feels Good Man? Arthur Jones. Look at me go. Is he working on other shit? Damn. See, that was a great documentary. And they loved me helping pimp it out. Damn, it's got less than 6,000 ratings on IMDb. It's on Tubi, never picked up by any major streaming service because... Am I allowed to say... Did this... Fuck. I wish... I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I don't know if this is public information. Did this get told to me? Did they tell me on a live stream? Was this public? That's one of the tricky things about being a person that like has conversations with industry people is like you have to be careful about not leaking something that wasn't public.
Hiya, Doom. This is from Danny and I. Thanks for subbing to his channel.
Aw.
I don't know which rap battle video of ours you watched, but he showed
Oh,
me
hell yeah.
you subbed, and it made me smile.
Aw.
Big fan. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you so much. Oh my god. Appreciate that very much. 48K logs on Letterboxd. You know what? Maybe I should just stop using IMDb. Well, if it was public, then someone would be able to jog my memory. Because this wouldn't be new information. Someone would be able to fill in the rest of that sentence. There's so many fun things I learn about things that happen behind the scenes that I'm just not allowed to say. And I'm never going to because then no one would trust me with information. Right? It's important for me to be able to be a trustworthy person. So I have to not leak shit. There's a very cynical reason why it was not picked up by major streaming services. That should be evident if you watch the film with that in mind and think about it as you watch through the entire experience, and you might figure it out on your own. And just be like, oh, I see. There's like a cynical reason. But I'm not going to say anything else. Yeah, those filmmakers were really nice. We did like a stream together with Trihex. I should reach out to Trihex again. Trihex is nice. And what was funny was Taylor Lorenz was there. That's why she follows me on fucking Twitter. Because we did a stream together that I didn't even know who the fuck she wasn't even like a big name at the time. She was just like a culture commentator person. Like a journalist, obviously. And so like, yeah, Matt Fury, Arthur Jones, Giorgio Angelini, all of them, we did a stream together with Trihex. And I guess they knew her and were like hoping for some coverage. And yeah, and then she became like a very prominent figure in media and culture. One Battle After Another has 200,000 logs on IMDb and 1 million plus on Letterboxd. Yeah, I think more people use Letterboxd, which is crazy because IMDb was at the top, and all they needed to do was just not turn so shitty. But I don't want to use Letterboxd because, like, I don't want to rate something and then have people call me a fucking racist. Like, I don't like the social aspect of Letterboxd because my opinions on movies are correct and normies get mad. Is one way to put it. My opinion on films threatens the undisturbed. My catchphrase, what? I'm gay? Yeah, the IMDb rating system makes more sense. I like out of 10. Look, I made no comments about the political leanings. People calling me racist. I mean, it is a more left-leaning website for sure. So I guess, yeah, I guess racist would be what they call me on Letterboxd. But I'm talking like the problem exists on any social media website where I haven't built up a platform there already. You know? Like YouTube, it's fine. It's my subscribers. Letterboxd, people get fucking pissed at me. Letterboxd users hate me. No, I did see that. I'm not the type of person to like try and change someone's opinion on a movie that if they don't agree with me. I don't really do that. I just go, well, disagree. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ow. 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 Oof. I mean, yeah, one battle after another is fucking incredible. It's an easy. There's very few 10s that I give a 10 on my first watch. One battle after another is one of those very few. Usually I have to be safe and like work my way up. Be like, am I sure about this? What was the last one before that? Like The Lighthouse? I have leftover ramen in the fridge. And a donburi, a pork chashu don. Also, fucking autistic people have a higher likelihood of having like digestive issues. And my fucking food, so my food habits are extremely fucking autistic. I'll eat the same meal. Like the reason why I got like 2 of the same ramen with my fucking hack is because if I like something at the time, I'll eat that one thing for weeks and then I'll get sick of it and then I'll move on to another thing. Probably not helping my digestive system, but I can't fucking help it. I've had ramen. When I say I'm on my ramen kick, I really mean it. I've had ramen probably 10 meals out of the past 6 or 7 days. And then I'll move on to something else when I'm like, oh, I actually like this now. I think the fact that I like didn't chew my food and had to like learn and force myself how to is probably an autism thing. Like the fact that it seems like so many different things in my life I've needed some sort of instructions on that nobody else needed instructions on. Or vice versa. Where like, you know, people make this comment all the time on my fucking gaming channel where I'll struggle with something like a double jump in Sekiro. Like, oh, I had to time it? I was just spamming it. Nobody fucking told me. Apparently nobody else needed to be told. They figured it out immediately, instantly. And I struggled with it, pissed me off. But I killed Lady Butterfly on the first try. Which I saw a post in the fucking Sekiro subreddit of someone claiming they did, and nobody believed them. So that's clearly some sort of feat. Right? My brain clearly functions in a different way than the average person. Not better, different. Where I struggle with a lot of things that a lot of people find easy, but I excel at a lot of things that are not easy. to most people. So I literally like have to force myself to chew my food because I just don't understand. Like I literally just I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. And I've had to ask people. Like I've asked my roommates. I've asked Shay. I'm like, do you chew like rice or like mashed potatoes? And he had to like think about it. He's like, no, yeah, I do, because it's just like a natural instinct response. You know, it's just a habit. I just do it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like those are like to me, chewing was only ever about getting it small enough to swallow it. So I'd like take 2 bites of like a steak and go, it's down there. It was like I thought the point of chewing was to get it in. Like that was my experience. That was my entire relationship with chewing food. That was my mastication story. No, yeah, I agree, Bernie, but nobody fucking told me. Like, there's so many things that, like, I've been doing wrong my entire life that nobody fucking told me that I was doing wrong. Because apparently nobody else needed to be told. I didn't know that I could be so good at brushing my teeth that it would degrade my gums because I was doing it too rough. Because I was brushing my teeth too hard. I didn't know there was a too hard in brushing your teeth. I was told from a very early age, make sure you brush your teeth. I thought brush teeth good. Just do that. Now my gums are fucking receding because apparently you have to be gentle. Apparently you have to be gentle. You can't just brush your teeth like I thought I was supposed to do. I'm actually writing a song about that. It's on the list, actually. I've got some lyrics in the melody and chord progression. Yeah, you didn't know that? Well, I wish somebody told me. So that's why, like, a electric toothbrush is good to use, is because you can, like, lightly, and you don't have to, like, right? So an electric toothbrush is actually very beneficial in that sense. Am I sure I'm a mammal? Oh, I could be a bird. I could be a penguin. Brushing your teeth is a horrible experience. I do it out of habit, and it's fine. I don't dislike brushing my teeth at all. I floss more regularly than the average person, for sure. I don't have that much issues when it comes to maintaining dental hygiene. What's kind of funny, does this show up? Last time I zoomed in, it made my teeth look more yellow than before. This is a different camera than that time. I got horse teeth. See, that right there, that gap means that my teeth are clean. If you don't see that gap, that means that there's plaque buildup, which is annoying because in real life, not on this camera, it almost looks like I have a speck of something black in my teeth, but it's just a gap. It's a hole. But it means I've brushed my teeth very clean and kept up with my hygiene. Remember when Twitch did fucking karaoke? That was so good. I want to do another karaoke night. But I'm going to have to do my own karaoke with blackjack and hookers. They don't exactly I know they mute VODs at this point, but like it's not like they take them down for copyrighted music really regularly. So I feel like I could do a karaoke night on Twitch. Fuck, maybe I should do that for my birthday. I think my parents are trying to like show up here on my birthday. I kind of would rather not. Also, I gotta stop grinding my fucking teeth. Well, no, they used to have a karaoke category where like you could like properly choose music from their pre-selected thing in ways where like you wouldn't get dinged. But they had like a normal library of karaoke songs. My God. It's a good thing I have a bit of time before I gotta go to bed. We've made a pretty good dent. I'm literally halfway through the cider. A quarter through the stout. I'm enjoying the heck out of this cider. Why did they remove it? Yeah, it was probably too difficult to like manage and keep up with the licensing because they were probably changing every week. Because song licensing, like it's not like a constant forever thing. It would have to be maintained as part of the problem. Look, I haven't drank beer in a long time. Oh yeah, the DJ badge. I forgot about that. It's been so long since I just like drank and hung out on stream. It's like I don't think I've done this year, have I? All my health issues, I mean like there's a lot of reasons why I just haven't been drinking as much. My gut is actually like healing though, for sure. Like for sure. My gut issues are like actually improving. I've gotten to the point where I think that I'm pretty fucking sure that the majority of my gut shit, the issues, were from antibiotics. Because when I originally got C. diff, Chloridium difficile, which is like a serious bacterial infection that I don't even understand how I got. At first, they prescribed a round of antibiotics for like 2 weeks. Thought that it worked, didn't, still tested positive. Then another round of stronger antibiotics. And what I realized recently is like, okay, wait, if they prescribed a second round of antibiotics, it's not just that they were stronger, it's that they're attacking different like layers of bacteria. Right? So they're getting rid of the first one that didn't even like get the C. diff cleared some sort of fucking bacteria out of my system. Then the second round of this other antibiotics for like 2 or 3 weeks cleared out some other fucking bacteria. And then when I kept persisting to get symptoms, despite not even testing for C. diff anymore, and then going to a naturopath because they were like, oh, maybe they can treat SIBO. Part of that fucking elimination diet protocol was them prescribing even more antibiotics for another 2 or 3 weeks. Very strong. Like, I felt like I was going to fucking die during that point. I felt like that was going to fucking kill. That was probably the least healthy I've been in my entire life, was during that fucking elimination diet mixed with those antibiotics. So, like, 3 different rounds of fucking antibiotics over the course of, like, a couple months. Like 3 or 4 months, maybe. I think that wiped out a lot of shit in my system. And I think it's just been taking a long time for, like, my body to get back into, like, a normal microbiome. I'm okay now, right? I'm managing. I'm not like fixed or better or back to the place that I used to be, but I'm managing and it's getting a lot better. Do I eat probiotics? Probiotics made me worse, so no. But I might try FMT again. I sent them an email actually. I wonder if they responded. Because it's the type of thing where it like might take more than one round. All right. I got to put these beers away and I got to start winding down and prepare for my day tomorrow. I want to keep drinking. I really do, but I'm going to be responsible. I want to finish both of these and just fucking hang out. But that was my review. This is all going on the food channel. I was recording this whole thing. Yeah, I finished. I put a pretty good dent in this. Half. Like I could finish that entire cider right now. Half of the cider. A good third of the stout. 7%, 8%. Fucking delicious. Absolutely delicious. Good luck on my trip. Yeah. I mean, it's not much of a... I don't know if it's a trip per se, but I'll be doing the new physio tomorrow, early tomorrow, so yeah, I'll what would I say is my highest 9 out of 10? I don't have that answer. That question doesn't make sense to me. All right, thanks. And I'll raid someone on Twitch by YouTube and catch you later. Peace. Olivia or Shark? Pick your poison.